fried dough and sugar. How can you go wrong, right? Oh, so good. Welcome to Destination Eat Drink, the travel channel for foodies. I'm Brent Peterson. For those of you who are new to the channel, I'm an American living in Portugal. And today we're in Setúbal, which is the city that Karen and I live in, just south of Lisbon. And we're going to be sampling some Christmas cookies and treats. The name of this place is Bolacha Piedade, and I'm going to have to run that through the Google Translator machine to find out what that means. I think something to do with walking around with little cakes. I'm not sure, maybe this place started off as a, like vending cakes out on the streets, cookies and cakes, I don't know. But anyway, we're going to be trying some of the Christmas cookies and cakes around here. And the most famous, without a doubt, is the Bolo. If you've heard of the King's Cake, that's what it translates to in Portuguese. There's King's Cakes in Spain, in France, in South America, and in Portugal it's called Bolo. I didn't get one of those because here in Portugal, you generally have to buy this whole cake, and I'm not buying a whole cake, but they do have them for sale here, and they're, very popular during this time of year. One of the interesting traditions in Portugal is they'll bake a dried fava bean in the Bolo, and whoever gets the slice with that fava bean in it has to pay for the Bolo the next year. They're buying. In other words, I heard sometimes, like with those king cakes, they'll have something in there. In New Orleans and Louisiana, I think, there's like a little plastic baby, if I recall the legend correctly. And whoever gets that is in for either A, choking hazard, or B, good luck for the next year. So that's the tradition in Portugal. So what did we get? I got two different cookies. I asked the lady inside what their Christmas cookies were, and she was busy just putting them into boxes. They're boxing them up. They sell them by the kilo, and they run anywhere from 14 to 19 euros for a kilo of cookies. That's 2.2 pounds of cookies. That's a lot of homemade cookies for less than 20 euros. But anyway, what we got was, see, this one has some paper on it. That's going to be an issue. No, that's a shame. Anyway. It is mighty tasty, though. I think this one was called the Bolo Castellano, something like that. I'll put it up on the screen. Oh, it's kind of a drag. I got to peel all this off. But it's really rich, has some nice sugar in it, egg yolks. So look how soft and rich that is. So this is really nice. And then this one, you can see it's got an almond on it, on top of the cookie. And this is honey and corn. So I don't know if there's any wheat flour in this or not. So that's nice, it's soft, and it's different than your usual cookie because it's got that corn flour in it. I want to try a bite with the almond. That honey adds a nice texture to it. The corn, I would say it's good, but it's a little dry. I should have got a coffee to go with this. You know what would be good? If I had a coffee to dunk this in. Give me a minute. We're at Flourish by Noor, and this is one of my favorite spots here in Setúbal. It's a great plant and flower shop, but she also has happy hours on Friday, and today's Friday, and she serves wine and treats and sangria in the summer, but it's winter now, so she does glühwein. And glühwein, if you don't know, it's spiced wine. Like if you ever had mulled wine, that's basically glühwein. It's warm wine with spices in it and maybe some fruit. This has a little bit of citrus in it. So really tasty, and it's great on a cold day. I call today a cold day, but really it's it's in the 60s, which is cold in Portugal. But if it was in the 60s in Rhode Island or in Chicago during December, we'd be like wearing shorts and t-shirts and going to the beach. But anyway, came here to get the glühwein, and not traditionally Portuguese. This is more of a German drink, but it's a perfect thing for today. So that's why we're going to enjoy that today at Flourish by Noor. Oh, so good. This is the Livramento market in Setúbal. This market has been here almost 150 years, and it's one of the best and most famous markets in Portugal, mainly known for its fish market. But this is also where we come 3-4 times a week to get our veggies and our fruits and herbs for cooking at home. So I'm very familiar with this market. But today, in addition to doing a little shopping for fruits and veggies, they have the Bolo, but in the mini version. Remember I said how big the Bolo is, and between me and Karen, 2 people, will never be able to finish a Bolo by ourselves. But they've got the mini version of the Bolo, which is the cake with the candied fruit on top, and there's also nuts in here as well, topped with some sugar. I mean, look how beautiful that is. I don't know if there's a dried fava bean inside, but it looks really good. I'm gonna have one bite, but we'll take this home and toast it. Fruitcake gets such a bad rap in the US, and you might look at this and say, oh, fruitcake, I don't want that. It is absolutely delicious. I know this is candied fruit, but it's not too sweet. It's still, you can taste the fruit in it, and it's just delicious. Really, really great way to start off the day. And you can see this market is packed. It's not tourists here. This is locals who are doing their daily shopping here at the market. But man, this Bolo is something special. We're at Largo de Misericordia, and we made a stop. In front of me here is Pasteleria Capri, which is one of my favorite pastelerias in Setúbal, but they didn't have any Christmas cookies or cakes yet. So weren't able to go in there and get anything. What Karen and I decided to do is we walked a little bit over to the Christmas market, and this is a typical Christmas market. It has stuff that they sell for Christmas, bags and toys, and they also have food. And so here's what I found. I found 2 of the things that I've been looking for. This is called a sonhos, and this is called a folios, I think. So these are the 2 things that I got. and let's go over with what they are. So first up, this foliosh. This is a crispy fried dough. And this reminds me, in Rhode Island, they had something called a wandi. And it's just a little layer of fried dough. If you think of something like a beignet or a doughboy in Rhode Island, those are thicker, those are doughier, those are yeastier. This is like flat and crispy. So it's covered in granulated sugar, and it's just fried dough, kind of like fair food. But I mean, fried dough and sugar, how can you go wrong, right? Foliosh, so good. And then the other one is soniosh. So you see the difference. This is with a raised yeast dough, fried again, and again covered in sugar. Now, a lot of times these are filled with like squash jam, stuff like that. So it's got a sweet filling inside. This one, it's just it's like a yeast donut is what it is. But also fried, yeasty, and sugar. So, you know, a carb party for sure, but and lots of sugar. So good, so tasty, and these are perfect Christmas treats here. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to head on over to another one of my favorite squares, the Praça do Bocage, and check out some of the Christmas lights and see if we can find some more Christmas treats in one of my other favorite pastelerias here in Setúbal. So let's go see what we can find. So we're in the Praça do Bocage, and this is the main square in Setúbal. And you can tell, 6 o'clock, church bells are ringing. This is the bakery, the pasteleria that's on the Praça do Bocage, and they've got good stuff. This is a Fabrico Proprio, which means they make their own stuff in-house. They didn't have a ton of Christmas stuff in there. They did have filosh, but I just had one of those, so I didn't get that. But they did have these cute little Christmas cookies, so I got a couple of those just for the heck of it. And give this a try. Yeah, it's just your typical everyday sugar cookie. Tasty, does the job, gives you your sugar rush that you're looking for. Like I said, this is the main square. This is the main meeting place in Setúbal, and it's an absolutely stunning square. And for Christmas, they do all of these decorations. So, you know, I'm going to finish up this video here. It's been really fun trying all these different Christmas treats here in Portugal, in Setúbal, but now I think it's time to walk around and just look at all of these decorations, see how the square is lit up, because here in Portugal, people don't go nuts in their houses as far as the decorations go like in the United States, especially here in the city. No one's got a yard, so there's no inflatable reindeer. There's no Santa Claus climbing down a chimney and all these bright lights and decorations in people's houses. So the decorations come from the city in the public squares and with the businesses. Walking up and down the roads here, you see all the businesses in this area, in the downtown area, have put Christmas trees in front of their shops and they've decorated them. It's a very nice atmosphere. So we're going to do that. We're going to look at these decorations. They're really pretty, and it's nice for this time of year. If you like this kind of stuff, if you like food, if you like travel, like and subscribe. I've also got the podcast where you can listen to. I do episodes all over the world. There's, running up towards 275 of them. So we got a lot for you to choose from. And of course, there's destinationeatdrink.com for all kinds of food and travel as well. So those are all the places you can hit me up on YouTube, destinationeatdrink.com, and on the podcast. Thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate it. I'm Brent Peterson. See you down the road.